When it comes to the needs of distribution companies, most people might think that distribution is probably easier from the ERP perspective. So what are different ERP systems that are going to be the best fit for distributors? That's exactly what we are going to discuss in this video. So let's dive in. Hello everyone, my name is Sam Gupta. I am principal at Elevate IQ. Elevate IQ is the independent ERP and digital transformation consulting firm. We help our clients with ERP selection, business process re-engineering, as well as ERP implementation. Let's get back to today's topic, which is going to be the top 10 distribution ERP systems for 2023. To compile this list, we consider several factors. First of all, we look at the market share of these publishers, whether the market share is going to be really in the distribution space or is their target market going to be something else. If the distribution is the primary target market, they rank higher on our list. The other factors that we look at, the product share among all of different products across the publisher portfolio. Then we look at the quality of documentation. We look at quality of development. We look at the user communities. We look at how cloud native the functionality is, how complete the product is. Is it going to require many different add-ons? Is it going to require customizations? So these are some of the factors that we consider to compile this list. Now let's look at the list. Number 10 on our list is going to be Oracle Cloud ERP. Last year, we had SysPro at number 10. So there have been some changes this year just because of the kind of successes that we are seeing with many different products. We have upgraded SysPro slightly and downgraded Oracle Cloud ERP because of the changes in their portfolio, especially around Oracle ATG, as well as Oracle Cloud ERP is really designed for the service-centric industries. It's not as strong with the distribution or manufacturing or the product-centric industries. But the strength for Oracle Cloud ERP is the WMS and TMS capabilities are bundled with the ERP itself that you can find only in the larger solutions. For example, either Microsoft Dynamics 365 F&O, QAD has that, and Oracle Cloud ERP. So there are very few solutions that really combine that. But that may not work for every single distribution companies because some of them may have 3PL as part of their business model, and they might want to keep the WMS architecture separate from your ERP. The retailers also like to keep it separately from your ERP. So the architecture might not be relevant for everybody, but that's going to be a strength for Oracle Cloud ERP. The other strength for Oracle Cloud ERP is going to be really proven solution for the larger workloads, especially if you talk about the decoupled architecture, when you are going to be utilizing ERP only for the accounting, finance, financial reporting, while utilizing another tier 2 solution at the warehouse level or at the site level. That's where Oracle Cloud ERP is really going to shine in providing that finance functionality. The weaknesses for Oracle Cloud ERP is going to be that it's not going to have as deep last mile capabilities, and Oracle Cloud ERP is not necessarily a distribution solution. Finally, it's going to be really overwhelming for the smaller distributors. Having said that, Oracle Cloud ERP is still a very strong solution for larger distributors, and that's why it ranks at number 10 on our list. Now, number 9 on our list is going to be a solution called SAP Business One. Last year, we had Infor Cloud Suite distribution SXE at number 9. So based on the successes for this year and the implementations that we have seen, we have had some changes with the list. So SAP Business One is at number 9. The SAP Business One solution is targeted for very small distributor with very light assembly centric companies. The strength for SAP Business One is going to be the financial traceability is built So when you are going to be a global company where the other solutions, for example, let's say QAD or other distribution centric solution, for example, Epicode Profit 21 or Info Cloud Suite Distribution, SXE might not be available in those countries, especially when you talk about South America or Europe. That's where SAP Business One could be handy because of the global functionality as well as the financial traceability is going to be for those audit ready, publicly traded companies. And the support for HANA is super important with SAP Business One as well. And because of that, it can handle far stronger MRP runs when you are going to have many different layers of planning as part of your distribution organization. The other strength for SAP Business One is going to be its ecosystem, the number of consultants and the consulting companies that are consulting in SAP Business One, and the kind of add-ons that you have. It's a fairly popular solution. Now, the weakness for SAP Business One is going to be in the cloud. It's a very, very, very lean in general. So cloud solution is not going to be as helpful for distributor. SAP Business One is probably only going to be relevant when you are going to be utilizing it for either the on-prem version or you are utilizing an add-on from a VAR. Now, the other weaknesses for SAP Business One is going to be the last mile functionality that you are going to find with other solutions, for example, Epicode Profit 21 or Infor Cloud Suite Distribution SXE. Those last mile capabilities, ecosystem specific capabilities need to be built as part of your SAP Business One, or you need to utilize an add-on from a VAR. Now, the integrations are going to be extremely limited as well. The marketplace is not going to be as prolific as NetSuite or Acumatica. Having said that, SAP Business One is still a very strong distribution solution, and that's why it ranks at number 9 on our list. Now, number 8 on our list is going to be the solution called SysPro. Last year, we had Epicode Profit 21. At number 8, we have upgraded Epicode Profit 21 a little bit. SysPro targets similar organizations as your SAP Business One. The difference with SysPro is going to be, it's going to have the process manufacturing functionality as well as part of your SysPro. So it's really designed for those food and beverage distributors. It does really well in that FMCG space. It might not be as strong in the industrial space, but for the FMCG and the food and beverage distributor is where SysPro is really strong. So some of the strength for SysPro is going to be, you are going to have the same rich distribution functionality that you are going to find with SAP Business One. SysPro is a very SAP-like product. So all of the feature sets that you're going to find as part of SAP Business One might be available as part of SysPro as well. The other strength for SysPro is going to be available in cloud, and it has the SQL-based database. So similar solutions might utilize the file-based database, and SysPro at least provides the SQL-based database, and that's going to be okay for the smaller distributors, especially when you talk about that 10 to roughly $30 to $40 million range. That's where SysPro is going to be a great fit. Now, the weaknesses for SysPro is going to be overall its ecosystem. While it's better than other products that we have, the ecosystem is not going to be as strong as your SAP, Microsoft, Oracle. So that's a limitation for SysPro. The last mile capabilities are going to be limited as well. The last mile capabilities that you're going to find with your Epicode Profit 21 or Infor Cloud Suite distribution product, they are probably not going to be available with your SysPro. The integrations are going to be equally limited as well. Having said that, SysPro is still a very strong solution, and that's why it ranks at number 8 on our list. Now, number 7 on our list is going to be Infor Cloud Suite Distribution SXE product. Last year, we had SAP Business One. We have downgraded SAP Business One a little bit just because of the lack of momentum in its ecosystem. The cloud functionality is still not there, and that's why we have downgraded SAP Business One, and we have upgraded the Infor Cloud Suite Distribution SXE product a little bit. Now, Infor Cloud Suite Distribution is really targeted for those industrial distributor when they are going to require very complex last mile industrial distribution functionality, especially ecosystem specific functionality for industrial distribution. So Infor Cloud Suite Distribution is going to have functionality, for example, let's say incorporating buying groups. Now, some ERP systems might claim that buying group is as simple as your parent-child hierarchy between your parent account as well as your child account. But when you look at the functionality of buying group, it could be very deep. For example, let's say it might require you to transfer credit from your parent to child. Now, that's a very heavier lift overall. And these are the kind of scenarios that Infor Cloud Suite Distribution might be able to accommodate. The other strength for Infor Cloud Suite distribution is going to be the Infor OS is bundled as part of the solution itself. So with the other solution, you are probably going to be paying a lot for an iPaaS, and Infor OS can provide the iPaaS that you can use to integrate with some of the other solutions. So that's a huge plus with Infor Cloud Suite distribution in terms of reducing your licensing fee per year. Now, the weaknesses for Infor Cloud Suite Industrial is going to be the data model is not as strong, especially when you talk about those one-to-one scenarios, when you have the consolidated invoicing, or when you are going to have multiple shipments as part of one sales order or multiple invoices as part of one shipment. Those scenarios are not going to be as seamless, as smooth as you are going to find with other solutions such as Acumatica or SAP. Now, the other limitations with your Infor Cloud Suite distribution is going to be when distributors are going to be diverse in their business model, and the diversity could come more from the when you require many different channel integration. For example, let's say if you're selling on Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and you have your e-commerce channel. Sure, it can provide a lot of e-commerce functionality as part of the solution itself, but when you are going to be using those best of breed solutions, then you are going to be spending a lot in the custom integration. So if you use everything from Infor, it could be a great solution, but if you need to use best of breed, it could be challenging overall from the ROI perspective. Having said that, Infor Cloud Suite distribution is still a very strong product, and that's why it ranks at number 7 on our list. Now, number 6 on our list is going to be Epicor Profit 21. Last year, we had Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central at number 6. So there's a little bit of change there. Now, Epicor Profit 21 is a very similar product as your Infor Cloud Suite distribution targeted for SMB organization in the industrial distribution space. The beauty with Epicor Profit 21 is going to be you are going to get far deeper last mile functionality, especially when you talk about these specific ecosystems in your industrial distribution space. That is not going to be pre-built with any of the ERP solutions. Epicor Profit 21 is going to bundle a lot of that compliance, quality, planning functionality that you are going to require as part of these ecosystems. The weaknesses for Epicor Profit 21 is going to be the limited capabilities to support the diverse distributors. It's a similar problem as your Infor Cloud Suite distribution. When you are going to have the distributor that are equally heavy in manufacturing as well, Epicor Profit 21 is probably going to struggle with these businesses. Or if you are doing construction, then again, it might struggle. It's really designed for very focused business with a very streamlined business model. The other challenge with Epicor Profit 21 is going to be the technology is still very legacy. It's not as cloud native or new as your Acumatica or the NetSuite of the world. Then you have the ecosystem. The ecosystem is going to be very limited as well. Even if you are trying to find different payment providers, sometimes that could be challenging. With Epicor Profit 21, you might not have as many options. So even if you would like to switch your payment provider, or let's say your TMS, just to get better rates, that could be a challenge with Epicor Profit 21. Having said that, Epicor Profit 21 is a very strong product for distributors, and that's why it ranks at number 6 on our list. Now, number 5 on our list is going to be Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. Last year, we had Oracle Cloud ERP at number 5, so there's a little bit of change there. Now, the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central is a very lean product operationally if you look at the cloud functionality, but it does have very deep distribution functionality. You are not going to find as deep last mile functionality, especially for industrial distribution. But when you look at the FMCG distribution space, Microsoft Dynamics have some layers in its functionality that could be very handy for FMCG distributors, for pharma distributors, for grocery distributors. That's where Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central is going to be really handy. The ecosystem as well as the integrations that are available as part of your Microsoft ecosystem are going to be fairly reputable as well, that you are not going to find with the other ecosystems. So that is also a factor why Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central is going to be superior. The other strength for Microsoft Dynamics BC is going to be its cloud native architecture. It's fully re-architected in the cloud native technology, so it has the same feeling as your Acumatica NetSuite. Now, the weaknesses for Microsoft Dynamics 365 BC is going to be the limited capability to support diverse business models. If you are going to use it for diverse business models, sure, you can use only for Microsoft Dynamics PC, only for finance, while utilizing several different add-ons to support many different industries, but there could be conflicts in all of those add-ons that you might have. So overall, natively, Microsoft Dynamics PC is not really designed to support the diverse business model. Then you could also have issues related to unproven add-ons and unqualified network, just because the Microsoft ecosystem has a lot of VARs and ISV, and sometimes it could be very hard to find out which is going to be the consultant that is going to be reliable and going to have the code that is really going to work in production. Having said that, Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central is still a very strong product for distributors, and that's why it ranks at number 5 on our list. Now, number 4 on our list is going to be another product from Microsoft, which is Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. Last year, we had Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations at number 4 as well. So there is no change as such. Microsoft Dynamics 365 F&O is targeted for larger distributors. When you are going to get into that $1 billion plus range, that's where Microsoft Dynamics 365 F&O is going to be really handy. So the strength for Microsoft Dynamics 365 F&O is going to be operationally, probably it is the richest product in the cloud. The amount of functionality that you are going to have in the cloud is not going to be available with some of the other comparable solution, for example, SAP S/4HANA or Oracle ERP Cloud. Now, the other strength for Microsoft Dynamics 365 F&O is going to be the database level integration, especially for the best of breed products. For example, your CRM as well as your field service. With the other products, this is going to be integrated at the service layer level, so the integration might not be as smooth. You might have a lot of errors and bugs with that. But when you are going to be integrating at the database level, the synchronization is going to be far superior in general. So that's probably going to be a plus with Microsoft Dynamics 365 F&O. The weaknesses for Microsoft Dynamics 365 F&O is going to be, it's a very technical product. It's not really designed from the perspective of a CFO. So when you are going to be looking for the finance traceability that you are going to get with your SAP, or for example, audit support, it might not feel as seamless, as smooth as you are going to get with some of the other products that are designed from the perspective of a CFO, Sage or SAP. When you are going to get into those larger workloads where you require the power of HANA, then Microsoft Dynamics 365 F&O might struggle. So it might be okay until $3-4 billion, but anything on top of that might require decoupling of the architecture and utilizing ERP only for the finance function while utilizing another ERP in the 2-tier setting. Or you might require the power of HANA, so it might not be most suitable for those larger workloads. And it is probably going to be overwhelming for these smaller distributors. Having said that, Microsoft Dynamics 365 F&O is still a very strong product, and that's why it ranks at number 4 on our list. Now, number 3 on our list is going to be SAP S/4HANA. This is the same ranking from last year. SAP S/4HANA has similar target market as your Microsoft Dynamics 365 F&O or Oracle Cloud ERP. It's really targeted for those $1 billion plus range of companies. When you are going to be talking about any of the publicly traded companies, that's where SAP S/4HANA is going to really shine. So the strength for SAP S/4HANA is going to be, it's really designed for those larger workloads. And if you're looking for that best of breed architecture for distributors, where you are going to have the best of breed enterprise grade WMS, best of breed enterprise grade TMS, ERP, and then your commerce solution as well, that's where SAP S/4HANA is really going to shine, because it has this pre-integrated functionality as part of your SAP S/4HANA suite. The financial traceability for very large, complex global financial organizations, where you are going to have the shared service model, or where transaction is going to flow between many different entities, where you are going to be sharing a lot of data among entities, that's where SAP S/4HANA is going to shine. The weaknesses for SAP S/4HANA is going to be the operational capabilities in the cloud are not as richer as of today. So you might be utilizing a lot of customizations or add-ons to utilize this for your distribution business. The other weaknesses for SAP S/4HANA is going to be the limited pre-baked integration, especially when you talk about any of the third-party integration. Some popular ones might be there, but if you are going to be picking and choosing in terms of what you are going to use in your architecture, that could be very expensive because you need to build these integrations from scratch, and it may be likely that these integrations may never work for you as you hoped because of the custom development or the customization required in integrating these solutions. The other weakness for SAP S/4HANA is going to be it's probably going to be overwhelming for very small organizations. Having said that, SAP S/4HANA is still a very strong distribution ERP in 2023, and that's why it ranks at number 3. Now, number 2 on our list is going to be Acumatica. Acumatica maintains the same ranking as last year. There's no change there. So Acumatica targets SMB organizations. It's really strong with the B2B data model. So some of the strength for Acumatica is going to be the consumption-based pricing for some of the verticals where the business is not going to be very transactional. The consumption-based pricing could be very affordable for some of the business as compared to the other solutions. It could be cheaper overall for certain verticals, but it may not be for every business out there. Then the ability to handle a lot of different diverse business model as part of the same product, I think Acumatica really shines there. The weakness for Acumatica is going to be the global capabilities are extremely lean and limited at this point of time. You are probably going to require a lot of different partner-driven add-ons, and it's not really designed for those large companies. It might not be able to handle the workload of very large companies. It's still a very SMB solution. Having said that, Acumatica is still a very strong solution for distributors, and that's why it ranks at number 2 on our list. Now, number 1 on our list is going to be NetSuite, and it maintains the same ranking as last year. NetSuite targets very small to medium-sized organizations, but NetSuite can also work with very large organizations, especially in the mid-market. The reason for why NetSuite can work for those organizations is because it's localized and globalized in 100 different countries, and it can support the financial processes of those industries. Now, even NetSuite is extremely weak overall in terms of the operational functionality. The data model is not as strong as SAP or Acumatica overall when you look at the needs for the industrial distributors. NetSuite could be great when you have very commerce-centric business and the depth of data model or the pricing and discounting scenarios that you are going to be needing are not going to be as complex as industrial distribution. The other strength for NetSuite is going to be its ecosystem. So in some cases, you have the pre-baked integrations available with many different third-party platforms in the NetSuite ecosystem. So sometimes those integrations could be extremely cheap, even though the overall license dollars for NetSuite is probably going to be very expensive, even though the product is very lean compared to the other comparable solutions, for example, Acumatica or Infor. The weaknesses for NetSuite is going to be the limited B2B capabilities. The manufacturing capabilities are not as strong. You would probably require an add-on on top of NetSuite to support your manufacturing as well as industrial distribution, as well as if you are going to have very diverse distribution business. Again, NetSuite will require many different add-ons that could cause conflict among those add-ons, errors, problems, implementation failure. That could be a possibility. Having said that, NetSuite is still a very strong product for distributors, and that's why it ranks at number 1 on our list. If you enjoyed this video, we are going to include the link of the article that is going to have far deeper analysis. So you may want to check that out. Also, if you like audio version, we have our podcast, WBS Rocks, available on Apple, Spotify, as well as Google. So you might want to check that as well. Also, if you have not checked our digital transformation report for 2023, we are going to include the link of that. So check that out. If you enjoyed this video, we publish these videos on a weekly basis. So hit the subscribe button on YouTube. On that note, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.